Okay, so task 2, 15 marks available for this task. You should check all of your work. Introduction. This task is about fitting filing cabinets along a wall. The company where you work is moving to a new building and you have to plan where the filing cabinets will go in the new office. What is the length of each side? What is the length of the wall on each side of the door? So you got a door here. And the total length is 7 meters, okay, and height of 3 meters. Height of the door 2.5. Width of the door is 1 meter. Now, what is the length of the wall on each side? Now, if you take a look at the figure, you already got the length of the door on one side, which is 1.5. Yeah, we got to calculate what is the length on the other side of the door. So how are we going to do that? So here we are going to use addition and subtraction. Okay, so if we take away the length of this side of the door and the width of the door from the total length, that is going to give me the measure of this side of the door, the length of the wall on this side of the door. So again we use our friend Mr. Calculator here. So the total length is 7 meters. Yeah, so I make a note of it. And now I'm going to take away 1 and 2 things from this bigger length. So whenever you take out like 2 things from one thing, what we use is a bracket, and take away means subtraction. So I'm going to use the subtraction sign, and because I have two quantities now that I'll be taking out, I'm going to use a bracket. So bracket, first length will be 1.5, and I'm going to take away 2 things, so that's addition with 1 meter. That's 1, close bracket, equals to, now that is 9 divided by 2 in decimal form is 4.5. Now remember, whenever you're doing your calculations, you always write values significant to 1 decimal place. Okay, so this length here will be 4.5 meters. Units are also important. Without the units, this length will not make any sense. Now we show the working out. So total length 7, I'm going to name this figure side A, side B. Now I'm going to write down the formula. Length of side B will be equal to total length take away a total of the width of side A, which is A, plus width of door. Close bracket. Now this is total width. It's going to be 7 minus brackets, width of side A 1.5 plus width of door is 1, and this is going to be equal to 4.5 meters. So length of the wall on the left side of the door, which is this side, will be 1.5 meters. On the right side of the door, which will be this side, will be 4.5 meters. Done. Problem solved. Moving on, that's the other side. 2B. Look at the filing cabinets from the old office. Your manager wants as many of these filing cabinets as possible to go along the wall. How many of each size of filing cabinets will you be able to put along the wall? Now 4 narrow filing cabinets, 50 centimeters in total, and 6 wide filing cabinets, 80 centimeters in total. The length is 150 centimeters. Now if you take a look at your figure over here, you got a left side and you got a right side. Side A is left and right side. That's the door. If you take a look at the filing cabinets, now you got 3 filing cabinets 50 centimeters in width. Now 50 centimeters is like 0.5 meter, and here I got 1.5 meter total width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out a strategy. I'm going to put these smaller filing cabinets on one side and the bigger ones on the other. So 3 filing cabinets 50 centimeters, I'm going to keep it on 50, 50 and 50, and 6 filing cabinets will need, okay, so I'll need to do a calculation here. 6 filing cabinets in a length of 4.5 meters, how am I going to fit? So I'll need 6 times the width of every filing cabinet, which is 80 centimeters. In meters it will be, so 80 centimeters equals to 0.8 meters, because every meter has 100 centimeters. Okay, so equal to 100 meters is equal to 0.8 meters. So 6 times 0.8 will be equal to 4.8 meters, right? So your manager wants as many of these filing cabinets as possible to go along the wall. Now if I was to fit 6 filing cabinets on this side, on this side of the wall, I'll need a total of 4.5, but I'll need a total of 4.8, sorry, but I have only 4.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit in only 5 cabinets, because 5 cabinets will take me a total of 5 times width of every cabinet, which is 0.8, which is going to be equal to 4 meters. Okay, so this will give me a space of 50 meters, which is free. Okay, and in there I can fit in the 4th filing cabinet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show my working out. So left side I will have a total of 3 narrow, that's my left side, showing you back, that's my left side, right side. Left side will have a total of 3 narrow and no wide cabinets. Right side will have a total of 5 narrow, yeah, because 5 times 0.8 is 4 meters, and which leaves me a space of oh sorry, my bad, it's going to have 5 wide and 1 narrow in total. Okay, and hence I'm going to show my working out here. I'm going to draw a line here, that's my left side, that's the width of my door, and the right side I have a total of 3 narrow, that's 3 narrow, so it's going to be equal to 0.5 times 3, which will be equal to 1.5 meters. Width of left, and right side I'll have 5 into 5 into wide filing cabinets and plus 1 narrow. So it's going to be 5 times 0.8 plus 1 times 0.5, which will be equal to 5 times 0.8 is 4 plus 1 times 0.5 is 0.5, is equal to 4.5 meters. which is equal to width of right side, width of left side. So that's 5-1. That's the question solved. So in this section now we have to calculate how many of each size of filing cabinets you will have left over. In order to do this question, we have to take a look at the previous section that we solved, in which we have to arrange the filing cabinets that we have on our wall so that we can accommodate every filing cabinet, or at least most of the filing cabinets that we have. And we figured we can fit 3 narrow filing cabinets on the left side, 1 on the right, and 5 wide filing cabinets on the right side, bringing our total to 7 meters, which is the length of our wall. Now moving back to this section, so narrow filing cabinets total we have is 4, wide filing cabinets total we have is 6, narrow total we used is 4, and wide total we used is 5. So how do we calculate how many we have left? So narrow left will be have minus used, or 4 narrow minus 4 that is used, so that's equal to 0. So narrow total we have left is 0, and wide left we have 6 minus used 5, so wide total left will have 1. Okay, so for this question we need a scale and a pencil ideally to answer the question, but I need the figure to be clear. That's why I'm using a pen. Now whenever you come across a graph paper, we have to assign a scale. That is, 1 centimeter on the graph will be equivalent to how much distance in real life. So I'm going to choose a scale here. I'm going to say 1 centimeter is equal to 0.5 meters in a real life situation or any real time diagram. Hence this will be, that's 1 centimeter on the graph paper, it will be equivalent to half a meter in the real world. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my layout. So in my narrow side, in my left side, I have 3 narrow, so 3 times left side equals to 3 times 0.5 meters equals to 1.5 meter. So I get my scale out, try to coincide with the 0, nice and flat. So this is going to be my width for the first cabinet, that's 1, mark it. Width for the second, that's 2, and the third one, that's 3. And now our filing cabinets are 150 centimeters tall. So 150 centimeters will be how many centimeters on my scale? How much will it be? 3 centimeters. You're right. So I'm going to mark 3 centimeters, then go up 3. Actually I don't need to, because you got 1, 2, 3 centimeters already marked for you. So then I'm going to mark the top shelf, top side, yeah, and I'm going to join it. That is it. So this is the layout for my left side. Right side, again, I know my height is 150, so 3 centimeters top. So I'm going to draw a straight line across. That's done. Right side will be, so if I take a look at my previous calculations, it will have 1 narrow and 5 wide. So 1 times narrow is 0.5 meter plus 5 times 0.8 meter equal to 1.5 plus 4 meter. Oops, 0.5. It's going to be 4.5 in total. So in my first centimeter, I'm going to place my narrow filing cabinet. So I've already drawn the top line. That's my narrow filing cabinet, and the rest of them I'm going to draw the larger ones. So that's 0.8, right? So again, if you take a look at this, 1 2 3 4 5, so I'm going to divide this in 5. That's 0.2 millimeters, which is the smaller break of a centimeter. So now it is time to draw the wide filing cabinets in my diagram here. So how do I know what width I have to choose in order to draw those wider filing cabinets? So I'm going to show you how the calculation is done. So here I'm going to write the scale again. 1 centimeter on my graph is equal to 0.5 meters in the real world. Now I want to accommodate for 0.8 meters. So what number should I multiply with my 1 in order to get my reading in centimeter? So I'm going to show you how to calculate that. So what you do is, I'm going to write 0.5 times what number will give me 0.8. So my unknown will be equal to 0.8 divided by 0.5. So this will give me a total of, I'm going to get my calculator out for this, 0.8 divided by 0.5 will be equal to 1.6. So my multiplier here will be 1.6. So 0.8 times 1.6 is 0.8. Hence 1 centimeter times 1.6 is 1.6 centimeters. So my line over here will be 1.6 centimeters wide to accommodate for one filing cabinet. Now if you take a look at the graph paper here, we'll zoom in. Every division here is a measure of 0.2 centimeters. So I'm going to measure 1.6 centimeters. So that's 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1.0, 1.2, 1.4 and 1.6. So that's my one measure. So what I can do is I can either go on continuing I can continue to measure 1.6, but that is going to waste time. So what I do is I get my scale out and I measure this distance. It's roughly this distance here. That's about 1.4 centimeters on my ruler, and I just keep drawing 1.4 centimeters on my graph, and then it's just a matter of connecting the lines. So that is me. This is my diagram of my small filing cabinets, 1 2 3 4 in total, and bigger filing cabinets, 1 2 3 4 5 in total. So that will give me 5 marks in total.